Denmark will limit the number of non-Western residents in neighbourhoods to 30% to reduce the risk of religious and cultural parallel societies.
Here's a summary of the article.
Denmark will limit the number of non-Western residents in neighbourhoods to up to 30% to reduce the risk of religious and cultural parallel societies. In the bill, a review of existing legislation on combating parallel societies, the Interior Ministry proposed that the share of residents of non-Western origin in each neighbourhood be limited to a maximum of 30% within 10 years. Denmark has for years had one of Europe's most restrictive immigration policies, which Social Democratic Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen has continued since coming to power in June 2019 amid growing opposition from the right. The four criteria are: more than 40% of residents are unemployed, more than 60% of 39 to 50-year-olds do not have an upper secondary education, crime rates 3 times higher than the national average, residents have a gross income 55% lower than the regional average. 15 Danish neighbourhoods currently fall into this category, and 25 others are considered at risk. According to Statistics Denmark, 11% of Denmark's 5.8 million inhabitants are of foreign origin, of whom 58% are from a country considered non-Western. His comments came as Denmark extended the parts on Syria considered safe for people to return, to include the southern Rif Demus HQ governorate.
This post received a score of 9,100, with an upvote ratio of 94%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
IT says Sweden will condemn this and in 5 to 8 years adopt a worse version of the same idea.
That's actually spot on. Practical question: how will this be enforced? Will the Danish state force people to move? What if they can't afford the rent? I'm really curious, not passing judgment one way or the other. Edit, typo.
The common denominator for those areas are high levels of unemployment, high share of immigrants, and they are all part of a public-funded social housing scheme. However, since social housing estates are billed by means of public funding, guess what the municipality does with their allocation? They assign it to social clients unable to find housing on their own. Nothing will ever change because every home in the area is social housing.
The same thing happened to Sweden, where a lot of government housing was concentrated on specific areas that now have become troublesome. Finland, on the other hand, has always tried to mix city and private-owned housing in urban development, which so far has yielded a much more widespread distribution of immigrants, thus reducing the impact on any specific area.
France has the same problem. Big Soviet-style apartment blocks all concentrated in a same area with a lot of immigrants or their descendants that are frequently discriminated and ostracized. Yep, that isn't going very well, sadly. An example of forced relatively successful, mixing, and subsidized housing that is virtually invisible is Singapore.
Check with other news sources, as the Daily Mail is full of rubbish. Have a look at this or this and literally supported Hitler. That is an actual Daily Mail quote. The Daily Mail is still fascist today, whether it be imitating Nazi propaganda but targeting it at Muslims or supporting the French fascist political party. This is a good article about it, even if it's a reality-adjacent site. This is their depiction of underage girls, particularly at 7 o'clock, with the wording used to describe 14-year-olds in swimwear.
I lived in Aarhus, Denmark for few years, and there was a neighborhood called Brabrand where majority of residents were not of Western origin. The city simply refused to renew rent in that neighborhood, and those who were living in there under government support programs were given new apartments in other parts of the city. I haven't been in Brabrand for 3 years now, so if someone is from Aarhus, please let me know, did it worked? How did Brabrand changed?
I live in Brabrand. It's the same, pretty much.
Dude, is that pronounced Brabrand, Brabrand, or Brabrand?
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.